sky, the city in rain. The city pulsed with life beneath a shroud of rain, transforming wet streets into a kaleidoscope of vibrant, distorted colors. Night clung to the town, but the rain bent the darkness into refracted light. Each drop a prism at a lonely bus stop, under a worn awning. Gabriel stood his collar turned up against the evening's chill. The wool fabric thin from countless seasons, his breath hung in the air. A whisper to the cold winter's hold was stark, yet small buds of spring defiantly pierced the concrete, whispering renewal. Gabriel's eyes followed the rain's rhythmic descent, while inside, his heart stormed with doubt and regret. A melody from the past, an old psalm his grandmother hummed, nudged his memory. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures, she sang, her voice soothing life's chaos, a lullaby promising rest with the eternal shepherd. Drawing courage from the memory, Gabriel whispered into the silence, Lord of mercy, I am lost. Show me how to return. His plea mingled with the rain's patter, the city's noise transforming into a backdrop for a sacred exchange. An old psalm remembered. A bus arrived and departed with steam-hissing brakes. Carrying faces hidden beneath umbrellas, Gabriel stayed rooted. Like the city's steadfast buildings, he recalled when life was vibrant with faith. Before bitterness rooted out the light, eyes shut against sharp memories, he sought refuge in the old psalm. The world's bustle faded, replaced by his grandmother's tender voice, guiding him to peace he once knew. Shepherd of my soul, he prayed, his voice trembling like leaves. I need your guidance, your peace. I feel like the prodigal, far from home, yearning for familiar love and forgiveness. Silence embraced him, as if the Lord cradled his weary heart, whispering promises of rest and restoration.
Forgiveness on a cracked stairwell. Gabriel descended the cracked stairwell of his old building. Each step echoing in the hushed corridors. Walls whispered of past laughter and tears, childhood games and shared meals. Each step resonated with memories, a symphony of pain and sweetness. At the stairwell's bottom, fingers brushing a worn railing. He hesitated, it had been too long since he faced the one he needed to forgive. The face in which he sought understanding. With a deep breath, he entered his brother's apartment, heart tumultuous with fear, hope, and apology. Then he called softly, voice cracking, the dam breaking after years of silence. I'm sorry, I wanna come home. The conversation healed each word, a stitch in the tear that had separated them. Divine whispers urged reconciliation to mend what time and pride had severed. The brothers embraced, renewing trust and love, hearts echoing unsaid yet deeply felt words. Transformation in the quiet. Stepping from his brother's apartment, the world felt new. The rain had gentled to a mist, as if heaven painted a fresh reality, mirroring healing in his heart. On the doorstep, cool droplets felt like baptism, cleansing old resentments and regrets. Gabriel stood still, letting the quiet seep into his bones, feeling the Holy One guiding him. The world held its breath in reverent silence, and in that stillness he heard the psalm again, guiding him back to faith, family, and himself. Each step felt lighter, the burden lifted, the path ahead illuminated by grace. Lord of mercy, you guide my wandering heart, and storms and stillness you weave past back to you. I thank you for grace, for renewing my soul. Help me to walk in your light, restored and whole. Amen.
The light of forgiveness. Act I beneath the neon rain. The city lay in winter's cold embrace, rain forming a somber symphony against the skyline's steel and glass. Neon lights flickered, casting hues of blue and crimson onto the drenched pavement where Emma waited at the bus stop. Turmoil within mirroring the tempest outside. The endless winter night enclosed her, the rain's rhythm echoing the crossroad at which she stood. Her fingers tightened around her coat, seeking warmth from a chill inside, and out memories of her argument with her brother Jack replayed vividly. His eyes flickering with hurt, his voice cracking with pain. Now, standing in the rain's solitude, Emma felt regret, an emptiness from their broken connection. Lord of mercy, she murmured, her voice barely audible above the rain. Why must truth hurt yet heal? I don't want to stay angry. Show me the way. Ancient words from a psalm surfaced in her heart. Create in me a clean heart, O God, offering refuge. The rain felt like a cleansing baptism as Emma stood under the indifferent sky, her whispered prayer weaving through the raindrops. A cracked stairwell.
A cracked stairwell, only the hum of passing vehicles, each splash a punctuation to her thoughts. Emma boarded the bus, her mind swirling with emotions, the scent of wet asphalt, and the musty bus interior created a distant familiarity, passing empty seats, a silent sermon on patience and understanding reminded her of love's healing power. At her stop, the cracked stairwell to her apartment bore memories of conflict and regret. The concrete steps were heavy beneath her feet, reminders of the emotional weight she carried, ascending slowly. Her wet shoes slapped against the steps, her breath a soft cloud in the chill. Pausing at her building's threshold, Emma clasped her hands, pleading for divine peace. Shepherd of my soul, she prayed, eyes closed, guide me to forgive as I have been forgiven. Teach me to love beyond the hurt.
The breeze caressed her cheek, carrying an answer. Truth doesn't falter before wounded pride. Her heart lightened, the prayer etching hope into her soul, entering her apartment. Warmth enveloped her, divine reassurance warming her from within. Spring's whisper, The next morning's timid sun hinted at spring's promise, new beginnings unfolding, walking to the cafe where she and Jack met. Emma noticed buds on branches, reminders of renewal and the transformation she sought within. The world shimmered with spring's promise, life's resilience testifying in each leaf. With each step, prayer for courage and reconciliation bolstered her resolve. Her heart, no longer a storm, began to heal, opening to forgiveness like the season's first bloom. Entering the cafe, the bell chimed a gentle welcome, announcing hope's arrival. The aroma of fresh coffee and sweet pastries grounded her in the familiar world she wished to rebuild. Jack sat in their usual corner, his expression softened by warm light filtering through the window. She approached with a tentative smile, words echoing between them, a bridge she was ready to rebuild. As she neared, tension released, making way for compassion and understanding.
Jack, she began, the knot in her chest loosening, her voice gentle with peace. I'm sorry for everything, I want us to be okay. Jack nodded, eyes meeting hers with depths beyond words. Relief mirrored between them, a silent communion sparking new beginnings. Yeah, me too,
He replied, the air vibrant with grace prayer had whispered into their hearts. Unresolved hurt crumbled, replaced by renewed trust and love.
Holy One, in your boundless love, grant us courage to face our truths and grace to forgive as we are forgiven. Let your light heal our wounds, and may we walk in your peace. Hold me. Running through the fire. Acti ashes of yesterday. At the edge of a charred neighborhood where houses stood now like shadows against the fading dusk. Noah lingered, the skeletal remains of what had once been homes reach mournfully towards the sky. Silhouetted against the failing light, like a forest of blackened trees. His smoke-stained jacket hung heavily on his shoulders, reminding him of the battle fought hours before. A battle waged against nature's fury with hoses and hope, determination and despair. The fire trucks had rumbled away, leaving behind a profound stillness that was occasionally broken only by the whisper of autumn leaves caught in a gentle breeze. Crouching amidst the debris, he retrieved a child's drawing from the rubble, a crayon masterpiece of a family holding hands under a rainbow, vibrant with the innocent hope of youth. His heart ached, burdened by the weight of survivor guilt, as vivid flashes of the chaos replayed in his mind. The roar of the flames, the screams, the desperate search for life amidst destruction. The scent of smoke clung to his skin, a reminder that he had saved lives, but not all the memory of those he couldn't reach haunted him, a relentless specter that refused to let him rest. Kneeling on the scorched earth, Noah offered a crisis prayer, his voice a mere murmur among the rustling leaves. Lord of mercy, why wasn't I enough? The evening air turned bitter cold, his breath visible in icy puffs. He searched the silence for answers, seeking solace in the presence of the Holy One. But the heavens remained silent, and his heart felt as haunted and empty as the scorched shells around him. Echoes in silence,
Days passed and winter crept in unnoticed, its chills seeping through the cracks and crevices of the firehouse like a silent invader. The walls seemed to absorb the chill. It hung in the air, mingling with the faint tang of ash that still lingered. Noah moved among the routine of drills and duties, haunted by the faces of those he could not save. The world outside celebrated the season's crisp promise, twinkling with festive lights and the laughter of children. But to Noah, each gust of wind felt like an echo of a life lost, a chilling reminder of failure. It was a night of restless sleep when the turning prayer found him, lying awake, the station's rhythmic noises, a distant siren, the clinking of gear faded into the background, leaving him alone with his thoughts. The moonlight cast long, thin shadows across the station's bunks, tracing patterns on the walls like silent watchers. He listened not to the world outside, but to the quiet within, a whisper he chose to ignore no longer. God, shepherd of my soul, he began, his voice steady even as his heart trembled like a leaf in the wind. Help me to forgive myself. Grant me courage to carry this cross with grace. As if hearing a gentle nudge from beyond, Noah recalled the words of Hebrews, "Run with perseverance the race marked out for us, fixing our eyes on Jesus." It was as if a sliver of dawn's light broke upon his heart, illuminating the path ahead with divine encouragement. A new dawn light our path in the darkest nights. In our weakest moments, lift us with your strength. Guide us to run the race with faith and love. Embrace us with your unending grace. New dawn.
Transformed by the prayer, Noah rose with the morning sun, painting the firehouse in hues of hope. It streamed through the window panes, casting beams of light that danced across the floor, chasing shadows into forgotten corners.
He donned his gear again, but this time the weight on his shoulders felt different, lighter, infused with purpose. He had been called not just to fight fires, but to be a beacon in the darkness, a vessel for hope. He gathered his fellow firefighters, his brothers and sisters of flame and water, and shared his newfound peace, a peace that spoke of resilience and redemption. Together they stood under the soft glow of orange windows, prayed for strength and committed to the mission anew. The Lord's gentle presence filled the space between them, whispering purpose into their weary souls, binding them together with cords stronger than steel. That day Noah visited the hospital, bringing with him the child's drawing he had kept close to his heart. The building was a place of healing and resilience, where hope grew strong as the scent of antiseptic hung in the air. He offered the drawing to a little girl recovering from burns, her eyes wide with wonder and dreams unbroken. "This belongs to you," he said, his voice a soothing balm over old wounds, a gentle tide that washed over scars not just of the flesh, but of the spirit. As her small hand grasped the crayon rainbow, Noah felt God's guiding hand on his shoulder, affirming the path he chose to run with perseverance, a guardian in his ongoing journey.
Holy One, light our path in the darkest nights. In our weakest moments, lift us with your strength. Guide us to run the race with faith and love. Embrace us with your unending grace. Amen.
stars over asphalt. The truck engine's hum faded into a winter night as Ben, a weary truck driver, parked at a desolate rest stop. The familiar highway stretched behind him, asphalt glistening in the moonlight, with stars scattered like unspoken promises. His breath clouded in the cold, a reminder of the chill in his bones, mirrored by the weight of a life of missteps. Climbing down, his shoulders bore the burdens of haste and errors, each step echoing into the night's sacred stillness, interrupted only by a distant wolf's cry and the breeze like a heavenly caress. Ben looked up at the constellations, divine fingerprints, feeling small yet held by the vastness above. The stars beckoned, urging him to confront his inner darkness. He sat on a cold bench, a self-imposed penance inside a burden heavier than any cargo he hauled. Quietly, he prayed, "Lord of mercy, I'm lost. Darkness clings to me from things I've done. Forgive me. Help me find my way back." His plea lingered in the air, reaching for something holy. He sat silently, listening for a response that only the heart could discern, the world pausing momentarily. A symbolic key casting a golden hue. Ben reached for a leather pouch. Inside was a brass key, a promise-turned-guilt token. He had taken it from his employer, attempting to unlock a future not his. Its cold weight burned with his guilt, judging him silently, eyes closed. He saw his daughter's face, a beacon piercing his troubled thoughts. Her eyes always saw through him, reflecting goodness he longed to reclaim. Her distant presence felt near, nudging him towards light against growing shadows. "Shepherd of my soul," he whispered unevenly, "I want to return what isn't mine to make things right. Give me courage. Help me walk the path of honesty." The world held its breath, nature pausing for his resolve to solidify in the dawn's light. The breeze wrapped warmly around him, God's subtle embrace, reminding him he wasn't forgotten, even when he'd forgotten God. Dawn's first light. Sunlight ascended over the horizon, painting the sky with redemption hues. Ben rose from the bench, morning air a call to action. He clutched the key, its weight a reminder of past failings and promised redemption. Courage given by prayer in hand. Ben dialed his daughter's number. As the line connected, the sun's warmth touched his face, blessing his soul's search for redemption. Overhead, birds flew, silhouettes against the sky, renewing hope for those who seek it. "Hi, Dad." Her voice was bright and untainted, carrying a belief holding him aloft. "Hey, sweetheart. There's something I need to tell you." He began, voice steady with resolve. "I've done wrong, but I'm gonna fix it, I promise." A silence, the universe holding its breath until her gentle words broke through. "I believe you, Dad." With her affirmation, tension eased, and peace began unfurling within. He knew what to do. The journey back would be long and hard, but dawn had brought the light of possibility. A light he'd prayed for. He glanced at the road ahead, the key's weight lessening, transformed from burden to beacon.
Lord of light and true, guide my steps as I seek redemption. find peace in your boundless mercy. May I walk in honesty and love. Amen.
Journey through the desert night. Act I, the desert bus. Samuel boarded the rusted bus as the sun dipped below the horizon, leaving a canvas of bruised purples and melancholy blues. Long shadows danced over the cracked asphalt while a soft desert rain whispered musically against the windows. The scent of damp earth mingled with the fragrant sage lining the road, lending unexpected sweetness to the air. Samuel carried a small duffel worn from many journeys, and a thermos of tea, its earthy aroma soothing his senses. He settled into his seat, wiped the rain from his face with a calloused hand, and closed his eyes. His lips moved silently, whispering a prayer to the shepherd of his soul. Each word was a plea for safe passage through the desolate night, casting light on unspoken regrets that gnawed at his conscience. The bus started with a groan, and as it rumbled into motion, his fingers brushed over the thermos, seeking its warmth. He murmured into the tender night, Lord of mercy, guide my steps. This burden feels too great for my weary heart. Astranged Ismail sat an elderly woman, with silver hair pulled back into an elegant bun. Her face bore the gentle lines of time, a testament to decades of laughter and tears. She bent down to retrieve a weathered Bible from her pack, its leather cover frayed from years of loving use. She opened it with reverence, offered Samuel a gentle smile that seemed to hold years of wisdom, and spoke softly, "My son, a verse for your journey. Do not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." The words wrapped around his heart like a comforting embrace, soothing his restless soul. Samuel handed her the thermos with gratitude, watching steam curl into the cool, shared air. Their shared warmth seemed to echo his earlier prayer, a divine reminder of his request for guidance and strength. Dawn's light stretched across the horizon. The rain ceased its gentle patter, leaving the desert air crisp and cool. The sky transformed from deep indigo to soft rosy hues, promising a new beginning. Samuel awoke to the gentle rocking of the bus, a feeling of anticipation brewing in his heart. The woman's verse lingered, an insistent call to action. He knew he must confess the hidden truth, despite the fear of rejection and misunderstanding. The courage that swelled within him felt like a quiet divine nudge, urging him toward honesty, and redemption. With a deep breath he prayed, his voice a whisper amidst the waking passengers. Holy One, grant me the strength to be honest, to lay bare my soul in truth. Help me speak with love, expecting nothing in return. His heart calmed, assured that the Lord of mercy was with him, threading peace through his tightened anxiety.
Confession and release, our converse stopped in its final destination. Samuel stepped onto the firm ground, into the desert's vast embrace. The air was fragrant with the scent of mesquite and creosote, a vivid reminder of resilience and the Lord's grace. The vast sky mirrored his own sought-after liberation, a canvas for his newfound clarity and purpose. Words came easier now, unburdened by fear. Seated on a well-worn bench in the shade of a lone mesquite tree, he pulled out his phone and dialed the number he'd avoided for too long.
Brother, he began, his voice tender yet firm, fortified with the truths he had long withheld. There's something I need to tell you. Truth flowed between them like long-awaited rain, nourishing the parched ground of their relationship, washing away the guilt and paving the way for renewal. It was a restoration of bonds once thought lost, woven anew with the threads of honesty and grace.
Shepherd of my soul, guide my footsteps in truth. Grant me the courage to speak with love and grace. Help me to serve others without thought of reward, and lead me to peace through your everlasting light. Amen. Fluorescent lights hum, casting a cold glow over the bustling emergency room. As I pour a lukewarm cup of coffee, the weak aroma fails to mask the antiseptic scent, clinging to everything around me. A cacophony of ringing phones and announcements reverberates, a siren call to lives teetering on chaos. It's my third consecutive night here, and the hospital lobby feels like an old worn shoe, familiar but offering little comfort. Returning to my station, I face the computer screen with its endless list of names and ailments, a digital testament to human frailty. Dozens of people pass through my hands, each shift their stories condensed into numbers in a system that hardly changes. Amidst this I steal a moment of solace, bowing my head slightly my soul is reaching out, weaving my fragmented thoughts into whole. It's a reassurance that perhaps even here He is present, transforming my small prayer into something vast and compassionate. The crisis beckons, the tranquility shatters as a paramedic bursts through the doors, urgency etched into her face. She wheels in a gurney with practice speed. A young man lies upon it, his skin a chalky canvas, a bloom of crimson spreading across his shirt. The room descends into organized chaos, a symphony of urgent voices and beeping monitors echoing the frantic rhythm of my heart. I cling to my station as if it's a lifeline, feeling anxiety surge around me. The nurse calls for backup, her voice a steadying force. Amid the noise I close my eyes and block out the sirens. Holy One, grant them your strength, I plead, let your hands guide theirs. My prayer is a fragile thread woven with desperation, yet in this plea there's stillness, a certainty of His presence among the healers, binding them in sacred duty. Hours glide past, marked by routine data entry and fleeting conversations. The shift changes, faces swapping in this incessant dance of care. The young man's family arrives, eyes swollen with tears, voices low with whispered prayers in their eyes. I see reflections of my fears, doubts echoing the silent prayers, weaving through the hallways. Stepping outside, the cold air bites my skin. The stars a reprieve from the hospital's hum. The heavens above remind me of His grandeur. Lifting my gaze, I let the vastness wrap my weary heart. Shepherd of my soul, I whisper, help me find the courage to truly care, to let hope stitch the tears around me. This is my turn in prayer, a weary soul seeking strength and vulnerability. As the wind brushes my cheeks, I feel a nudge toward a decision, to learn their names and stories, to hold on to something beyond the here and now. Guided by grace, re-entering the hospital. The night feels lighter as if infused with fresh hope. With each name entered into the system, I silently attach a prayer, asking God to see them as His creations, beloved and deserving of healing. Each prayer is a small act of faith, the thread stitching through the day's fabric, affirming God's presence. The young man stabilizes, the crisis ebbing like a receding tide. I watch as relief softens his family's brows, faces illuminated by gratitude and newfound hope. In their whispered thanks, I sense God's silent affirmation, a promise that hope and prayer are intertwined within this demanding place. Holy One, guide my hands and heart to serve with compassion, to listen with Let your peace dwell in the chaos of life. May my prayers stitch the brokenness I witness, until we find healing in your light. Amen.
Echoes in the night. Cacti. The janitor's lament. It was one of those deep, velvety nights when the cathedral seemed to draw breath, almost alive under the tender patter of soft rain against its stained glass windows. The shadows danced gracefully across the holy relics, their movements choreographed with the rhythm of my mop swishing across the ancient stone floor. Reverberating gently in the vast, hushed expanse, the scent of aged incense clung to the air, mingling with the earthy aroma of rain-soaked stone, creating a sacred symphony of senses that enveloped me as I moved through the cavernous sanctuary. My steps were measured, careful, as though the very air breathed sacred secrets I dared not disturb with clumsy noise. I, Michael, the night shift janitor, had walked these silent aisles for years. Yet each night felt like traversing a foreign, inexplicable realm. The soaring ceilings and echoing corridors served as incessant reminders of the vast emptiness. I carried within my heart a chasm I struggled to conceal even from myself. My days were a blur, filled with the routine of cleaning and maintenance. Yet my nights were reserved for wrestling with the solitude that clung to me like a shadow. As I paused to wring out the mop, my gaze wandered toward the altar, a beacon in the darkness, silently inviting me to lay bare my unspoken fears and doubts. Lord of mercy, I began, my voice a mere tremor in the cavernous hall. I feel so out of place I see others belong here, but not me. Why do I feel so imprisoned in my own doubt? The words wavered in the air like fragile threads, dissolving into the sacred silence, swallowed by the cathedral's gentle embrace as rain whispered against stone. I stood there, vulnerable and open, seeking a response as distant and elusive as the stars twinkling beyond the stained glass. In the quiet, there was only the stirring of the organ in the distance, its unseen fingers gently testing ancient notes that hung like unanswered prayers, floating in the air, waiting to be gathered by a listening heart. Night's altar call. With my duties momentarily complete, I settled into the last pew, the familiar shadows gathering around like an old cloak woven from the night's quietude. The organ's gentle melody meandered through the arches, a celestial sound folding into my consciousness, urging my thoughts toward God. The pew creaked softly under my weight, a comforting reminder of all those who had sat there before me, seeking solace and answers. Heavenly Shepherd, I prayed, now feeling the desperation climb like a vine within me. Lead me out of this prison of my own making. I long to belong, to feel your presence, yet I'm wrapped in chains of my own fears. Show me the way. As I closed my eyes, I could almost feel the warmth of divine arms encircling me, promising comfort and guidance. As the notes swelled to a gentle crescendo, a memory seeped into my mind, a passage from the Psalms, Words about walking through the shadows, yet fearing no evil. The verses wound their way through my thoughts like a gentle stream. Their words a balm to my troubled soul. An unexpected warmth brushed against my heart, a tender reassurance that the shepherd was near, whispering his unwavering presence into the crevices of my weary soul. A newfound resolve stirred within, a quiet determination sprouting in the fertile ground where doubt had laid claim. Rising slowly, I moved down the aisle, each step a silent testimony to the divine guidance I sensed, an invitation to walk into his resplendent light. The coolness of the stone under my feet was a refreshing contrast to the warmth blossoming within my heart. Approaching the altar with a heart pounding, not with fear but with a serene peace, I realized the prison walls I spoke of were not as formidable as they seemed. The door had always been ajar, inviting me to cross the threshold into freedom. The flickering candlelight played across the altar, dancing in harmony with the newfound hope kindling within me. Lord, I prayed aloud once more, the empty cathedral embracing each word like a confidant. I released my fears to you. May your light shine through the cracks of my doubt, leading me to the belonging I seek. My voice echoed softly back to me, a gentle affirmation of the courage unfolding within. As the organ's final note hovered, resonating in the sacred air, an understanding unfurled within me. The first act of belonging was trust. Trust that I was not alone. Trust that in the boundless presence of the Holy One, I was truly home. The cathedral, once a vast and empty space, now felt like a heart that had always been ready to welcome me.
Guide my steps, O loving shepherd, as I walk out of my self-made shadows. Teach me to trust in your mercy, to find my place in your embrace. May your presence light my path.
Act I, the storm before dawn. In the stillness of the pre-dawn hour, the soft rain brushes against the small windows of Gregorio's bakery. A gentle whisper reminiscent of heaven's voice, delicate yet undeniable inside. The air is imbued with the scent of fermenting yeast, mingling with the warm aroma of flour dust that swirls like ethereal snowflakes, settling upon every surface and enveloping the room in a light, comforting blanket of peace. Gregorio, a devoted immigrant from a distant land, stands alone amidst the silence, kneading dough with steady, calloused hands that speak of years of labor and love. His heart, however, is far from tranquil. It bears the heavy burden of sustaining his small family through the modest earnings of this humble bakery. He pauses, leaning against the worn wooden table that bears the marks of countless mornings like this one,
Lord of mercy, he prays aloud, his voice a gentle plea that rises with the steam from the ovens. Give me strength to face another day. I am weary, and the weight is heavy. Guide my hands and heart. With faith born of necessity, the rhythm of kneading resumes, the dough miraculously yielding under his fingers, as if in response to his prayer. A tactile dance of faith against the creeping despair. The presence of the Holy One feels near, like a tender yet firm embrace. Yet Gregorio wonders if his fervent words have reached beyond the ceiling of his humble shop to touch the heavens above. The temptation of rivalry, barely an hour later. The rising sun begins to paint the sky with the first strokes of dawn. Delicate hues of pink and gold spilling over the horizon. Gregorio prepares the first batch of bread. The loaves swelling in the oven, their golden crusts forming with the promise of sustenance. As he works, thoughts of Samuel, the rival baker on the next street over, intrude upon his peace. Samuel's store, with its bustling customers, has drawn many away from Gregorio's own modest business. A flicker of envy ignites in his heart, threatening to consume him. A temptation to bitterness he cannot easily extinguish. Driven by the storm within, Gregorio finds himself standing at the window. The rain still falling in gentle, persistent drops. His eyes close, and a prayer stirs within him, raw and honest, filled with anger and confusion. Shepherd of my soul, he whispers, the words trembling in the stillness. Why do you let my bread go unchosen? Teach me to trust your path, even when my own feet falter. In the silence that ensues, a new thought blossoms in his mind, delicate yet insistent, as if carried on the whispering wind. A subtle divine nudge towards something unexpected. The bread of brotherhood, as the morning unfolds in a gentle cascade of light. Gregorio takes his fresh loaves, their crust golden and inviting, and wraps them with care like precious offerings. Despite the inner turmoil, a quiet resolve forms within him. He will visit Samuel. With each step in the rain, the weight of his burden shifts slightly, transforming into something lighter. A relinquishment of the rivalry that has long shadowed his heart. At Samuel's door, Gregorio pauses, taking a deep breath before entering. The sight of the rival baker glancing up in surprise is almost comforting. Without a word, Gregorio offers the bread, his eyes meeting Samuel's with an unexpected warmth, a gesture of reconciliation. I know times are difficult for both of us, Gregorio says, his voice barely above a whisper, but let us lift each other in love. The act of giving, guided by a quiet prayer fulfilled, brings peace, a small redemption wrapped in a simple, vulnerable gesture. In this moment, Gregorio senses the Holy One's smile woven into the shared silence, a presence as tangible as the bread they share. Bread shared, hearts lightened, as the morning rain relinquishes its hold and gives way to gentle sunlight. The two bakers break bread together. Each bite carries a new sense of communion, a tangible grace that transcends their competition, soaking into their souls as deeply as the rain into the earth. Gregorio feels his heart lighten, the envy and bitterness washed away like the rain-soaked streets outside. In this unexpected companionship, the gentle guidance of the shepherd of his soul becomes ever clearer. He understands now that the path of humility and love is one that he can tread with a strength not his own, a path made easier by grace and shared humanity.
Lord of mercy, who breathes life into the weary soul, and guides our hands in love. Teach us to seek unity over rivalry, to choose grace over bitterness. May our hearts beat in harmony with yours, and our deeds reflect your infinite compassion. Amen.